Hey guys, welcome back to Financial Life Hacks, the channel that helps you reach your financial goals through lifestyle, tips, and tricks. In modern day education, school rarely teaches important financial advice anymore, and it's becoming more and more common for young people to get into money issues through rising cost of living. In today's video, I will be going through some easy to implement credit tips to help you guys improve the 5 credit rating components that's discussed in last week's video. If you haven't watched that video yet, then click here to see exactly how credit ratings are broken down. In today's video, I will be breaking down 3 simple lifestyle hacks that you, as a millennial, can implement to your life to drastically improve your credit rating over time. These hacks are very simple to follow and can be implemented by anyone, including young adults who just turned 18. Hack number 1. Get into the habit of using your credit card like a debit card. Rather than swiping your debit card for those everyday, minuscule transactions, you should use your credit card instead. I recommend that you download your bank's credit app and get into the habit of paying your credit card balance, at least 50% of it, on a weekly basis. There are 3 major benefits to doing this. The first being that you will begin to utilize credit products consistently. This will help you improve your credit history and credit mix over time. The second advantage is that if you treat your credit as cash, where you pay off most of your balance every week, you will intuitively begin to use credit cards responsibly. I utilized this methodology and only really missed 1 payment in the last 10 years of using credit cards. By doing this, you will begin to develop good habits of not spending over your means, and you will also begin to not miss any payments at all too. This is crucial because it improves the largest aspect of your credit rating, payment history. The last benefit is that you can save a lot of banking fees by adopting this methodology. Bank accounts all have a monthly fee attached to them, unless you maintain a specific minimum balance. Each transaction that you go over on your account results in a small fee, usually ranging anywhere from $1 to $1.25. If you want to ensure that you don't incur these fees, you must upgrade your account and maintain a larger monthly minimum balance, or pay a larger monthly fee. Rather than paying these bank fees for additional transactions, you can simply use your credit card to complete all your transaction purchases for free. For example, if you buy a coffee with your debit card every day, you'd be going over your 10 transaction limit for this account and will be required to pay over $30 in transactions fees. Using your credit card for all the transactions instead and making 4 monthly payments with your bank account will lower your total bank transactions from 30 all the way to 4 a month, which will save you a lot of fees. Hack number 2. Increase your credit card limit every time you get pre-approvals from your bank. After using your credit cards for a while, your bank will eventually give you a pre-authorized offer to increase your credit limit. You may increase your credit limit by simply providing consent to the teller at your local bank. I will be moving on to credit cards for the next week's video, by the way, so make sure you to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss that video. So as mentioned in the previous video, credit utilization rate is calculated by your credit balance over credit limit. Therefore, the greater your credit limit, the lower your credit utilization rate, and the better your credit rating becomes. Pre-approved credit increases are also considered soft inquiries, and this is one of the best ways to improve your credit rating because there are no negative hits to your credit. The biggest mistake I see millennials do is to not increase their credit limit, due to the fear of the possibility of being scammed a larger amount from credit card frauds. This fear is unwarranted because credit card companies are committed to protecting you against financial loss if your credit or debit card is used without your permission, as long as you took reasonable care to keep your account and PIN safe. You do, however, want to be proportionate with your maximum credit limit because having a really high credit limit can also prevent you from getting larger mortgage loans in the future. As a general rule of thumb, you should always increase your credit limit whenever you can until you reach 6 times the total monthly spending you charge to a specific credit card. So if the average monthly credit card usage is $2,000, then you should increase your credit limit up to $12,000 before you stop increasing it. If you utilize hack number 1 in paying your credit balances off every week, you should never at any given point have a credit balance of more than $1,200, meaning that your credit utilization will never exceed 10%. Hack number 3. Be selective with your credit card products and do not close any unused credit cards. Do not apply for too many credit cards simply because of their welcome bonus. You should not be getting a credit card with the Bay if you only shop there twice a year. There are multiple reasons why you don't want too many credit cards. Having too many credit cards means it's harder to keep track of, and it also becomes easier to miss bill payments. As discussed in previous videos, missing bill payments is one of the most easiest ways to destroy your credit rating. Each credit application also requires a hard inquiry, which lowers your overall credit. Closing credit cards also negatively affects your credit rating. Therefore, you don't want to apply for a bunch of useless credit cards that you are going to have to close later down on the road anyways. Instead, you want to apply for new credit cards if they are vastly different and they have better rewards on different categories of spending. This way, you would be getting the best rewards for your spending through a few specialized credit cards. An example of this would be to have a good rewards card or a Aeroplan card as your primary card, and have a second card for traveling or international purchases only. If you make a lot of purchases at the Bay or Rogers, it may be worth it to get their credit card if their rewards are abnormally higher for those specialized purchases compared to your primary credit card. Everyone's spending habits are a bit different, but here are a few general tips and rules. Apply for your local bank's credit card to get started, and when your credit or salary improves, you can always upgrade your credit card for a better one within that institution. Upgrading can allow you to get a better card in one transaction without the crediting of a hard inquiry. Try to have no more than 4 credit cards at any given time. If you need a better card, you can usually upgrade your existing card rather than applying for a new one. Take a look at all your bills and try to spot any spending that is large enough to justify getting a specialized credit card. If you travel at least once a year, then it might be a good idea to get a card just for traveling, as there are specialized cards that waive foreign exchange fees. Do not apply for new credit cards if you're planning to get a mortgage or a car loan soon. If you have a new credit card, wait for at least 6 months before applying for another credit card. Credit card upgrades don't count as getting a new credit card as they do not send in a new hard inquiry. These videos take an incredibly long time to make as a new YouTuber. So if you're new here and you found any of this information useful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. In next week's content, I will begin talking about credit cards. So make sure you hit that bell notification here so that you don't miss any of that content. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week on the next Financial Life Hacks.